Hello everybody and welcome back to Coldborough Park Farm. What we need to do today is first of all weed the field number 7, because we planted it before and it is now on its first growth stage. So yes, let's get the weeder attached. This is going to improve the productivity. It is essentially the same as fertilising the field, but obviously it doesn't cost us any money except for buying the weeder in the first place. So let's just jump out, detach the trailer and attach our very large weeder to the Claas Arion. I have enjoyed using this tractor, it's a nice machine. It's got quite a long bonnet though. There we go, no PTO to attach. I did just repair it by accident, oops. Oh well, let's go to the field and give it a good de-weed. I have just had to wait a little while longer because the field was it was okay, but it needed to grow a little bit more first of all, just in case it didn't register the weeding process. Now, I have just discovered an issue. I have turned off crop destruction, but for some strange reason, it is still destroying the crop. I don't know the reasons behind that, but it is doing. So, I'm just going to turn off the combine there, jump back into the Claas, and hopefully I'm going to be able to fit some row crop tyres to our Claas tractor. Let's hope it allows us to. Oh good, it doesn't. How annoying. In that case, we're going to have to swap over to a different tractor. That is a shame because this is a good tractor. And to be honest, I really don't know why crop destruction is still working despite it being switched off. So let's just lower this down here. We might have to use the Deutz if it's going to let us put the narrow tyres on there. If it doesn't, then we are going to be stuck. I doubt we'll be able to put the narrow tyres on the John Deere. That just really wouldn't work too well. Now you probably can't hear because this microphone is pretty good at cancelling out background sound, but the wind is howling in real life. It is very windy here. So if it is showing up, then sorry about that, but it shouldn't be. My old microphone did used to pick up background sound very well, which is kind of annoying. But this one's pretty good. Right, let's try this. Customise and then narrow tyres. Fantastic. It's going to look hideous. Oh yes, that isn't exactly pretty. But it kind of suits it. It could be worse. Let's go back over to our weeder and we'll get our field weeded. And there we go. Right, so if crop destruction is still an issue, then that is bizarre because this definitely should not destroy the crop with it being row crop tyres. Anyway, yes, my vote from a few days ago was about whether or not we should do 2 or 3 maps in a week, and overwhelmingly we have got 3 maps a week. Incredible. Nearly everybody said have 3 maps. So that is what we're going to have to do. Some people may hate that. I think it's about 20%. But about 80% definitely want us to have 3 maps in a week. So possibly Sandy Bay. Haven't fully decided yet, but highly likely. That is working very well. And with the quite wide working width, this shouldn't take too long at all. So what is it we can see flying off? Bits of unwanted weeds, I'm assuming. Hence the name a weeder. So let's just get this job done very quickly, and then we're going to move on to the next job. This field is going to be harvested tomorrow, and yes, I did say we should probably hire a different combine because the case is very small. But somebody, in fact quite a few people said the same thing. You said to have the same combine but get a bigger header. Honestly, the idea is good because it's going to save a lot of money, but is that really going to work practically? Because a massive header on that tiny case, isn't that going to really mess things up a bit? It probably can power it, I can imagine it does. It's just it's going to be full every 10 seconds. So I really don't know if that is the best thing to do. Let me know in this video, shall we hire a different harvester Or shall we just be crazy and put a really big header on the tiny case? I forget the model number. What is it? It's around here somewhere. Where could it be? There it is. The case 1660 axial flow. It isn't a big machine. The little Deutz is really pulling up here. You wouldn't have thought it'd be too strenuous because it's just like these little tines on the back of here. But no, it is definitely feeling the weight. It's probably just the hill. I would have thought that is what it is. But having said that, it doesn't seem to go that fast anyway. I suppose it's quite a delicate job because if you go too fast it might obliterate the crop. In fact, how does it work? Does it just sort of tickle the surface and then the crop is slightly stronger than the weeds? I'm not too sure. Because it looks like it's actually going over everything. It must be very finely ripping out those weeds. Clever invention. Looks relatively simple but effective. To be honest, I've never seen one of these in real life, ever. I don't know whereabouts in the world they are used. I'm guessing on every organic farm. But no, never seen one. It would be quite interesting to see one. I suppose at these shows you get like llama or llama. They would be quite common there. I didn't go this year. I've been before quite a few times, but no, didn't have time this year. In fact, I've been, how many times have I been? I've been about 4 times I think, 4 or 5 times. Probably should go again. There we go. We have pretty much finished. This field is on the right track to become a very profitable field. That is the plan. Despite it only being wheat, it should still be worth a fair bit because what we're going to do is make sure it's got every single fertilisation stage put into it, which means that it should be 90% more productive than what it could have been had we not done anything at all. This is stage number 2, I think, because we did slurry spread. So on the next growth stage, we should need to fertilise it with a sprayer or solid fertiliser spreader, you know, pellets. And then it is going to be perfect. So that is the job done. Let's head back to the yard. Yeah, this isn't going to be harvested tomorrow, like I did say. I actually meant in the next episode. In game time, it is the next day, but in real time, it isn't at all. So here we are, back in the main yard. The combine, well, it should be put away, but I'm just trying to think about the header again. I just don't know what to do. I can stay on there, lower it down. Brilliant. So yeah, the Deutz has performed pretty well, despite it being a little bit too heavy for it. Yeah. What size is this header? Let's just see. 14 foot. The next one is... wow, quite big. Seriously, it's not 35 foot, is it? The next case. Have I missed one? Wow. Yeah, so it probably would work, but it would be heavily unrealistic, and it would put an awful lot of strain on the harvester. It would keep getting blocked all the way through it. In fact, probably just the feed here would get blocked. So, yes, in theory, it is a disaster waiting to happen. But in practice, it probably would work in Farming Simulator. Okay, so let's go over to the pigs, and oh wow, great demand. Oh, it's the soybeans still. I get so excited when I see that. Cleanliness is appalling in every single place. Sheep, pigs, and cows. I can understand the pigs because they're just dirty anyway, but the sheep, they should know better. They really should. Yes, let's go over to Chantry Farm. Here we go. We'll tip out this because we don't need this, which is in here. And we're going to use it today to clean things out. Is that a pile of dung actually in the cowshed? Is that how it's spawning? Well, I suppose it's going to make it easier to clean them out that way, but it's a bit neat, isn't it, for a cow? They all go to the same pile to have a poo. Unheard of. But clever. Very clever. Come on then, cows, here we are. Let's clean you out. Oh, cow right here. Yeah, look at that. Intelligent creatures. All in a nice pile. That's filled it with one scoop. Still some left. Oh no, they're all inquisitive. They're all coming to see what's happening. Now, where is the manure pile in this field? It used to be over there, but it's moved. So, what we really should have is a muck spreader. So we can put it straight into the muck spreader. But instead, I think we're just going to have to pile it up, unfortunately. But it's okay, there isn't too much here. I'm really cautious about hitting a cow. We don't have many, but they seem to crowd around this machine. This should finish it off. Yeah, although it seems to have left a tiny bit. Oh yeah, my bucket wasn't tilted down enough. There we go. Nice and clean. Right, so that is the cows done. We now need to head over to the sheep, which is very close, and then over to the pigs to do the same thing. I'm hoping this has registered as cleanliness, although that would be very clever of Bullet Bill to do that. I don't know. No, I think, yeah, Farming Simulator is very limiting. So, yeah, we're going to have to clean out the trough as over here as well, the food area. That's a shame. I actually missed that. I think that is a poor feature, to be honest, having the food over here. It's not bad, because obviously it means that we have to do more jobs for the animals. It's just cleaning out the food trough instead of the dung just seems a bit strange. But having said that, you do have to do it in real life still. So what we really should have to do is both, not just one. Okay, so this is proving quite slow. I keep getting the bucket stuck on the ground. Like that. Well, it will do. If a job's worth doing, it's worth doing properly. I mean, no, wait. If a job's too hard to do, it's not worth doing. Don't listen to me. I'm an idiot. Don't listen to that advice. That is poor advice. Let's go over to the sheep. Now, where do we have to clean them out? Just here? Okay, more fun. I think the key is really to have the bucket totally flat. That way it doesn't dig in. And it still seems to pick it up okay. So like this. Yep, that does work. Good. The sheep are easy. We still have their hay bale in there. When they actually do require it, we'll just pull it back into the trough. Wow, they still don't need anything. That's ridiculous. Oh well, back into the storage pile we go. And then the pigs. Nice and simple. That will do. This thing really can go quite fast. It's small but fast. And oh no, I've still got my dreaded dead zone in the steering wheel. Amazingly, I've had this dead zone at 4% ever since the release of FS17. And I've never put it to 0. I really should do. It would make the steering so much smoother. I've actually quite commonly had questions saying, are you using a keyboard in this video? Just because when I do a movement like this, it looks like I'm using the keyboard. But actually, I've just got a 4% dead zone on the steering wheel. If you don't know what a dead zone is, basically, there is a certain area within your steering which doesn't do anything at all. So essentially it's dead. And some people prefer that, and for some jobs that is actually ideal. But for most of them on here, it's not really worth it. I prefer to have 0%, so you have maximum response from the steering wheel. And for video purposes it does look better too. So keep reminding me to turn off this dead zone, because I keep forgetting. And then when I'm in a vehicle like this, I suddenly realise that it's back on again. And I just think, oh no, I need to get rid of it, quick. Downhill, super fast. Yassen Ridge Farm, we haven't been here for a while. Plenty of chickens, in fact we probably do have to put the chickens' eggs up. There'll be a fair few of them. They're in the way, totally. Whoa, swerving between chickens. Right, yes, they've spilt their corn. They're troughing away. Whoa, that was bad. I misjudged how high the bucket was. And there we go. Very simple. When the ground is flat, it does make it so much easier to clean them out. It's when you have a bumpy terrain, that is when it's hard. So, if we just speed up time quickly, it should update. Yeah, there we go. Whenever a bit more spawns, it means it's updated. And you can see, I did miss 3% at the cows, but that is understandable. 100% at the pigs and 100% over at the sheep. Which means everything is going very well. We've got 15 sheep. They are reproducing slowly, very slowly. The pigs, as usual, pretty fast. And the cows, yeah, deadly slow. The next animal is in 76 hours. They are slow. Yes, the chickens' eggs. Let's just sort them out. See if there is anything to collect. Hopefully there is 3 or 4. Not very impressive though. There's so many roaming about here. And they've produced 4 eggs. It should be 1 a day. Come on. Not you though. It's alright, Harold. You don't have to do 1. You're a man. Right, back to Chantry Farm. And we're going to have to find a job to do. We are basically just waiting for field number 7 to go up another growth stage, because that is when we can fertilise it. I have sort of given up with the gold nugget collecting. I believe there is 3 which you can't pick up. I do know a way of actually collecting these out of the game, which seems strange. Basically it's as boring as going to the notepad file, the XML file. You can then add them in there. But there's no fun in that really. I have been told by a number of people that there are 3 which you can't access. I don't know if they're just not actually in the map at all, or if they're sort of out of view. Sometimes they can slip underneath the map. There's our silage bales. Wrapped silage bales doing well. They're fermenting. And the wool is currently being produced, which is good. So basically, yeah, we're just at that sort of stage where everything is going fine. There's nothing really to do. Which can be frustrating because we always need to do something. Productivity is really good. Actually, what we do need is potatoes or sugar beet, and that brings me on to a very good topic. Scott has produced this mod. He is basically someone who has produced an updated mod of the pig food. This allows you to have a high capacity when you buy it, and also a cheaper cost when you buy it as well. So it's really in our favour two ways. So I think what a good thing to do would be is to actually go over to the store with a pallet fork on here and pick up just one pallet, and hopefully that is going to be enough to suffice the pigs for the rest of this series. And it also is going to boost their productivity, because I think the 5% we're missing here is because of that, because we're missing the root crop, potatoes or sugar beets. So that is going to be a fantastic opportunity. Now Scott assures me this is now going to work, so hopefully it is going to. It's in animals, it's been moved from the placeables, I believe it was. Or was it in pallets? Yeah, I think it was in pallets. So yes, here it is. Big bag of pig food, £300, with a capacity of 4,000 litres. Now that is definitely going to be enough for the time left we have on this map. So, let's just drop off the bucket there. My pallet fork is one of the ones around here. I'm not too sure which one. Is that a bale spike or a pallet fork? One of the two. I think it's this one here. Stuck behind our mixer. Oh, that would do. Right. So, let's head over there. I don't usually like to transport stuff down the road on the pallet fork. It just doesn't seem right. Technically, we should put it onto a trailer. But we only have that really big trailer. I don't think we can really justify using it for this. Let's just hope it's okay. Not really the right attitude, but it will do. Off we go. Over to the store. Whoop. And that's why you don't put the forks out like that. I believe you either tilt fully up or put it up and then tilt down. Either way is good. I know farms which do it both ways. So I don't think there's any right or wrong way. It's just if you do have it up like this, you've got to be careful, because it can obviously make it a bit top heavy and tip the machine over. But no, I know many farms that do it this way. Just got. Here we are. And there it is. Yes, the problem we had before was it wouldn't spawn. But that problem has thankfully been fixed. Big thank you to Scott for doing this for me. I don't know if it's going to be a public mod, but if it is, I'll be sure to put the link below. It's certainly going to be a handy mod. Wow, it actually says capacity 10,000 litres. And it's so... Whoa, it's so full that it's super heavy. I suppose it's a very good way of checking underneath your machine. Oh yeah, looking good under here. Well, in that case, what we're going to have to do is put a front loader on this tractor, and we're going to have to take it on a trailer. That will work. Hopefully. Right, here we are. So I suppose what's happened here is just the XML file details for the capacity has been adjusted. I don't know if there's like a weight value associated with it. Maybe that has to be adjusted as well. Not too sure, but either way, we are going to bypass this issue. It's good weight on the back. And now what we need is the pallet forks. Move this out of the way completely. It is a very small machine though, so I wouldn't have thought the weight is actually unrealistic. I would just say that the machinery is way too small for what we're trying to pick up. Because that thing is actually so small that it's just listed under the front loader section, not even the telehandler section. I bet we've got no issues here. Should be perfect. So here goes. Prepare for some impressive lifting. Look at that. Okay, it doesn't like it. It's sort of doing a jig, but it's going to work. And that is the most important thing. But when you think about it, there is 10 tons in this bag. It's extreme. There we go, safely on the trailer. Let's hope it doesn't snap the trailer in half. Definitely needs a strap. Okay. We'll put the weight just back over here. And now we'll reattach to our trailer. Actually, we do need to have the weight with us. Stick it on the front, that'll do. It does want to be lifted up though. Good. Okay, this is going to be a fairly heavy load. A very small load, but very heavy. It's like carrying a crate of lead about. So, it seems to be working. Just not your usual approach at moving a pallet. How are we doing for traffic? Okay, we seem to be okay. Off we go. Do the mirrors work? Yeah, and we can see the traffic behind perfectly. Fantastic. Okay, so 10,000 litres. That is very impressive. Now this is a bit more of a challenge. It's clever actually how the tractor knows how much weight is on the back, and obviously in real life that is so obvious, it's going to feel the weight. But in Farming Simulator, the way it registers what it's actually towing, I find that quite clever. Maybe that's just me. It is? Oh, okay. Yeah, stopping the tractor at the bottom of that hill was not easy. That was some extreme weight, going at 33 miles per hour. Okay, we're here, over at the pigs. Let's just drop the trailer here. Whoa, even stopping it in the yard is hard. And now, what we need to do is put the weight on the back. That's good. Just adjust it. Reposition. Not quite close enough. There we go. Good. And now for the lift. We have to lift it once again. Sorry, chicken. So this might seem like quite a slow way of doing the pig food, but as you'll know, the usual, the common pig food pallets are very expensive, like stupidly expensive, and you don't really get a great deal out of them. I think it is 4,000 litres. So this is definitely the best approach, even though it is extremely heavy. Maybe just standard pallets, the same capacity, but at a much reduced price would be a better option because of the weight. I'm not too sure, unless the weight can be adjusted. Anyway, it should be a case of hovering it over the trough and it should unload, hopefully. Here we go. It is unloading, but it isn't animated. How strange. That pig saw it anyway. Now this should be filling up the root crop, which means their productivity is going to go through the roof. Not literally, unless pigs start to fly. In fact, this is probably filling up everything, not just the root crop, as there is so much stuff in here. And it seems to be taking it all. Maybe there is no limit to the amount of feed you can give pigs. Oh no, there we go. It has stopped. Well, I can stay here for next time. Let's just find a good dry store. This will do. Oh, it's dry-ish. It's kind of dry. We'll put it in the middle. There we go. Right. So the pigs have now been fed. Let's just see. Yes, look at this. Everything is green. Absolutely perfect. And that actually concludes today's episode. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. And until next time, see you again very soon. Bye for now.